Peace, love, light, and healing. Y'all climb on in the building. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can see me. Let me pull my comment board up. I can see y'all climb in. Peace, love, light, and healing. Y'all climb on in. What we gonna talk about today is the dangers of fried slash cooked foods. Most likely talking about the fried foods though, getting deep into the oils and what the oils do to your body when you put high heat on them. So y'all climb on in. Y'all verse the world. Shalom, shalom. Y'all climb on in. Climb on in, family. Climb on in. I'm gonna wait till y'all get up in here and let's talk about some food. That's all I talk about. That's all I talk about. Y'all climb on in the building. How I look? Is it bright enough? Let me see. Peace. Y'all climb on in. Mika Miller, climb on in the building. Oh, you look perfect. Okay. Y'all climb on up in here. Brittany, climb on in. Go Diva, climb in. Nathan, shalom, shalom. Amber Link, shalom, shalom. Y'all climb on in here. Yeah, we finna discuss some things today. So what we talking about is the dangers of fried food, and uh, coming from the background and the culture and the history that was given to us by another people during our oppression. Even though we still under oppression now, one of the things that was taught to us was fried food. If you look back, in ancient history on the hieroglyphs, or you even just go deeper until before we even got into slavery, and we was a civilization of people building things, building monuments over mathematics, over clothing, dye, over just building pyramids and all types of structures, creating like electricity, light bulbs. You will see a whole timeline of everything. And when you get to the food part and you look, the food that we was eating, nothing was in the frying pan. Nothing was in grease, and the grease was being heated up, and then we was putting types of meats and flesh inside of there, frying up the food with the grease to eat. This came later in our tradition and culture, and this came most likely during that fall, because if you just dive deep into the scientific part of frying your foods and eating frying foods so much, you see the health hazard that it caused upon our people. If you look at grease and what it takes for you to make these oils that you're cooking your food with, they're made between 212 Fahrenheit and 350 Fahrenheit. That's literally the heat that it takes to even make and concentrate and process these oils. All right, between 212 and 350. It's even some that's higher than that. Now, your body on an average is at a 98.6 Fahrenheit. 98.6. If you get a fever, it can go up to 105. Anything over 105 can be kind of harmful to the body, showing you that you're not supposed to be having things that are cooked with such high heat, because the body is impossible for the body to break it down. So what's been happening, and you see how cholesterol and cholesterol plaque been just built up in our people, high blood pressure, arteries just clogged up with mucus mixed with this cholesterol, all types of things been happening because these foods. So first thing we got to talk about is when you cook these foods, you cooking all the phytonutrients out when you putting them in oil. And I'm not just talking about like pan-seared things, or if you're going to steam some vegetables or steam it up, or you using like your pressure cookers and stuff like that. That's cool. You still going to destroy some phytonutrients up out of it because you're cooking it for one. So just know, if you're not eating it raw and you cooking it, you're going to destroy some phytonutrients up out of it, point blank, period. But once you start adding that grease into it and start deep frying and frying your foods, this oil, remember, in order to refine the oil and process the oil, it had to be up to 212 degree Fahrenheit all the way to 350. Your body is only 98.6. So for your body to be able to even break this oil down, which is physically impossible, scientifically impossible for the body to break down this oil. So what this oil does is the body heats up and it overheats itself trying to heat up the oil to break it back down or turn it back into its natural state, which it will not do whatsoever. So then what it does is it takes the water out of the oil and makes it more of a cholesterol mucus base. So what this does is it literally sticks together in your stomach and sticks inside of your arteries, and it becomes like a glue. literally like a glue, and it's smudgy glue oil that cannot leave or process throughout the body because you have nothing inside of your body that can break this oil down. It starts clunking and sticking your cells together. Literally. And that's why when you start studying fried foods, why it's one of the number one leading cause of cancer. Well, all cancers is agglomerated, accumulated cells that stuck together. Literally. A malfunctioning cell that lost 60% of its oxygen. So fried foods is up there with and high in carcinogen levels, because that's one of your number one causes to cancer is fried foods. And the reason why is what I just said. For one, it's going to raise the cholesterol, because remember, this stuff ain't processing out of the body. It's kind of like protein. It's impossible for the body to break it down. So the body is going to naturally store it up. So where is it storing it up at? Right inside the bloodstream and the arteries. Now, the leftover of these byproducts are acidic anyway, so that's going to automatically start stripping all the calcium from your body, from your thyroid, from your bone matrix, from everywhere else. Now, you know, if calcium leave magnesium going with it, because them are like twin sisters. So now you got this acidic response, and you got glue and all types of other things just built up inside of your arteries because the food that you cooking. And we just have to re-identify what food is, and food is the identity. Food is your culture. Food is spirituality, because food is the only thing that's attached to everything. Before I went live, I just wrote down all things that food is attached to. It's right here in my notes. Look, I said food is the only substance that's attached to tradition, customs, seasons, elements, religious beliefs, culture, races, family, emotions, politics, economics, war, social society, and more. The only thing that covers all aspects like that is food. That covers everything. You can go to any different nation. Every different nation has a favorite food. You can go to any culture. Any culture are pushing a favorite food. When you get into politics, people go to war over food. Economics is all about food. So food is that source to all things, because I keep telling y'all that it's full of information. So if we've been taught what food is by a different people, and we're eating that very food, then we wondering why we getting the systemic blowback that we getting from eating these foods. And that's why we in a predicament we in, because we don't know what foods is. And one of the worst things you can do is classify a food that's not a food already, like we be doing. We classify a cow as food when it's not. We'll classify a potato a food when it's not, and then we'll even go worse than that, and we will fry it. See that? It's not. We already violating nature by classifying it as a food, because your physiology and your human anatomy cannot physically break these things down. So we even go further and make it worse by putting it to a fire. And then we even been going worse than that within the last 600 years and started putting it in grease and in oil and things like that. And we wonder why we the highest in diabetes. We wonder why we the highest in high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart attack, stroke, all these different stress diseases, because we're eating stress food, and or we eating food that's not stressed, but we making them stressed by adding chemicals to them that ain't supposed to be to them. And then our body is recognizing these as foreign invaders, and then that's a stress response. And then we having all this domino effect, which is every disease that I just mentioned. So we have to really start looking at what we doing to our food. But the first thing is to identify what food is. And the best way to do that is go back to the beginning of the belief, the beginning of the Torah, the beginning of the hieroglyphs, the beginning, not in the middle when meat was introduced as food. I'm talking about in the beginning, and you will see that it was a raw plant-based diet. And that's why your body and your physiology was created to break down and eat these raw things. But the moment that stuff changes, when sickness and disease start coming upon our people and to our culture. We have lost the identity of food. And food, if we can get people to eat right, like I said, it's attached to everything else. Once, all you got to do, everybody say follow the money, right? No, follow the food. If you follow the food, you will find your true identity. You will find your true belief. You will find your economical power. You'll find your social power, your political power, if you follow the food. But we're not following the food because we're following a white man's construct, a European system. And they food have nothing to do with our bodies and our human anatomy. So we eating these foods, and this food is full of the wrong information. So we thinking with the wrong information that's been broken down and assimilating with our body. and we wonder why. And then it's crazy that how they push their agenda and they push this school pyramid upon us. What was that called, y'all, in school? That pyramid that had the food pyramid. That's what it's called, just a food pyramid. And then if you look on the food pyramid, they got the carbohydrates, which is the carbonic acid, which is your bread. They got the uric acid, which is your proteins and your meat. They got the lactic acid, which is your milk and cheese. I mean, everything about their pyramid that they push inside of these fake school systems, teaching their religion, teaching their culture, teaching their customs, teaching everything to our children, are the opposite of things that we need to uplift us and make us whole again. Because you have to realize what the European is doing, that they make it seem like they're giving you opportunities, but they're not. Because the moment that they give you opportunity, or the moment that they give you any type of political power, then that will take away from them. So they will make you look like you have opportunities and look like you got an education or got a systems and give you degrees and, give you all these A's and all of this stuff according to their system. But it's all to keep you oppressed and depressed and suppressed, period. I mean, point blank, period. Especially if it's a food chain type of thing. Why do y'all think that you are getting something out of going to their schools? You're not. You're getting taught the wrong history. You're getting taught the wrong knowledge. You're getting taught the wrong mathematics. You're getting taught the wrong psychology. I mean, everything, because the one thing they will never do is put you above them. So that means if they would never put you above them and you are beneath them right now and you're oppressed, anything that have to do with a system that's involved in you is to keep you in that state, because that's the way they keep their wealth. That's the way they keep they sources. That's the way they keep their elements. That's the way they keep everything. So you think you going to school to get a jolly green education, but your education is based upon you being oppressed and never coming out of the oppression, because that's what's going to keep them up. That's what they built these school institutes for. It wasn't for to free you. It ain't got nothing to do with black liberation or nothing. You see that? Because from where you come from, your experience is different than a European. A European ain't been in slavery. You've been in slavery. So when you go to school and they teach about slavery, guess who on the shitty end of the stick? You. You see that? So psychologically, that's teaching him that he is superior than you, because you went through the slave ships. You was beaten for 400 years, ripped in half, burnt alive, hung from trees by your neck, hung upside down until your head became so big it bust with all the blood that's flowing from there. You and your ancestors went through these traumatic experiences. So when they speak about them in school, it's to keep your mindset focused on that and to let them know basically subconsciously that they're still superior. They mathematics, social science, all of them different types of classes that's in them schools is made to keep you oppressed. Show me one that's about black liberation. Show me one teaching black economics, black in-home banking. Show me one that's teaching the proper diet for black physiology, for the so-called black or Negro body. Show me one. If y'all can show me one, I'll be quiet. But there is not any, because it's all made to keep you oppressed. All of it. All of the knowledge they pushing is to make you, keep you enslaved mentally, mental slavery. That's all it is. So if we know that, and we know what type of people we dealing with, why are we in their schools? Why are we eating their food? Huh? Why are we watching their television? Why are we voting for their systems? Like it's going to change something when it's not. Like y'all, everybody's talking about they want real revolution, real black power. They want to see a real change and a real overthrow. Do y'all realize what y'all saying when y'all say that? Y'all think these people finna give up the world back to the people it belong? Y'all think that? Y'all think the pharmaceutical companies is just gonna shut down right now? Oh, we done murdered hundreds and millions of black folk. We gonna shut this down right now. They mad, they marching, let's shut it down. Y'all think they finna shut down all of they stores, they clothing, huh? They networks. Y'all think they just gonna give all that up? Not only law, but hell no. So all these people with this mindset of being a revolutionary, all these people with this mindset of things need to change, that's gonna take some dramatic stuff, y'all. That's gonna take a damn near a one-track mind, and his goal is literally to overthrow this system. If you ain't talking about that, then you ain't really talking about nothing. You ain't really even talking about nothing. Because there's so many levels that we oppressed on. And it's not just food. This is mental oppression on many different levels. Food would just be that gateway. Food would just be that start. Food is that start because, again, food starts with everything. You cannot talk about no subject without food being involved in it. And that's the reason why food is killing us more than anything, because food is the quickest way to have your butt on your deathbed. Y'all see that? Food. So that's the reason why I'm constantly talking about food, constantly talking about food, constantly talking about food. Because if we can get you to change your diet, you would think right. You will start following the food and realize way before religion set in what you was supposed to be believing in, your true God. You see that? It'll show you how money and the bartering system was built upon these foods. Like food was money. Food was everything. Food is what brought the family together. Food, everybody sat down at the table and ate. Like food is the source that will bring you back. And again, food is full of information. But what we do is we have been taught what food is by a people that's not even a people according to the scripture. So we're eating these foods. Not only is it killing us, but now we done took it even farther. We are cooking these same foods. And the blowback is happening from it. So yeah, I mean, you just like your body and your kidneys cannot process proteins, it's impossible for the hydrochloric acid or your bloodstream and even your lymphatic system to break down this oil that you are cooking at high temperatures. And then it took high temperatures to even make this oil, which is, again, from 212 degree Fahrenheit all the way to 350 degree Fahrenheit. Your body is only 98.6. How are you going to refine that? How are you going to break that down? So what the body chooses to do, if it can't get rid of it, it accumulates. Whatever the body doesn't eliminate, it accumulates. Whatever the body accumulates becomes your systemic diseases. And that's why half of our livers are messed up. Half of our kidneys are not functioning and down. Our nervous system is just all the way destroyed. Because what we call food is not food. And then what's real food is, you hate it. You hate it. You hate it. I know people that don't eat vegetables and fruits at all and don't even drink water. It's so many black people that hate water. How do you hate water? But wonder why we dying at the alarming rate we dying at. Because we are letting people teach us and raise us and letting another people teach and raise our children. Dr. Sebi said it best. You will never see a polar bear go to gorilla school, ever. I've never seen a gorilla teach a polar bear. I've never seen a polar bear bring his children to the gorilla jungle and say, I will be back in 8 hours. Because guess what? That gorilla ain't finna teach the polar bear how to be a polar bear. It's going to teach the gorilla how to be a bear. It's going to teach the bear how to be a gorilla. The European ain't finna teach you how to be no Negro, how to be no God, no queen, it's not finna teach you that. It's going to teach you how to be oppressed by keeping you in a European mindset. Ain't no liberation in that. Ain't no liberation in these systems, in these schools, at these jobs, working these 9 to 5s. Ain't no liberation in it. And if it is, show me and I'll shut up. If it is, show me and I'll shut up. Show me. We are learning a beastly animalistic nature by a European people, and we wonder why we have beastly and animalistic natures and outcomes, because we have literally adapted the mindset of a people that have nothing positive for us, and that it will not. When I say will not, I mean they will go to war before they set you free. All you have to do is look at what they doing to our people. Murdering us, shooting us down in the streets, locking us up in the prison systems, feeding them all types of things. I was just doing a study and a research on the prison system. Over 93% of prisoners that's been locked up for more than 5 years come out sterile. Go in fertile, but come out sterile. The hell are they feeding them where it's depleting their sperm cells? They're sterilizing them black men up in there. See that? Not only messing with their mentals, but they're keeping them from reproducing and repopulating. But we all focus on video games, focus on entertainment, focus on everything but setting the people free. And that should be your only goal here, because the people is oppressed. It ain't shit else to do. It's nothing else to do but to heal your people and to heal their mindset and to set them free. What other goals or mission and purpose you have? If you have any other goal and mission and purpose other than that, you selfish, and that's the very European mindset that I'm talking about. You not for the people then. You're not. You're wasting space. You are. So the first thing to get this freedom is from the information. We have to get back into our information. And the best way I can figure out, and it might be different ways for everybody else, but the best way I figured out with my knowledge and my wisdom and my teachers that came before me and the elders that came before me and being in tune with my ancestors, it's the food. Because the food will change the health. Once you change the health, you change the mental. You see that? See, food consists of all of these things together. Nothing else do. Not even religion. Not beliefs, not nothing. If you can start right with the food and follow the food like the European follow the money, then we can find the source to our happiness and we can find the source to our freedom, whether it's political liberation, economical liberation, physical liberation, mental liberation, spiritual liberation. Follow the food. And you're going to start realizing half these things that you call food didn't even exist back then. This is made up in laboratories. A lot of this stuff was made a few hundred years ago in Holland. Half these herbs y'all using, a GMO, is not even alkaline. I mean, everything. They, on every single level, they got you, man, they got you bamboozled. They got you fooled. They got you fooled, man. If y'all get what I'm saying so far, type in some nines. If y'all get what I'm saying so far, type in some nines. That's right. Food is DNA. Information. That's all DNA is. It's information. Strands of information. Histones of information. Deoxyribonucleic acid. These are information chain constituents. It's all it is. And we eating the wrong food, y'all. I mean, we most definitely eating the wrong food. And we doing all the wrong things to it. All the wrong things to it. And then the reason why is because food was lost into history. The whole thing was to change this people history. They literally have written themselves into our history and changed the narrative. Now we have to redefine what history is and change it back. But then you got a lot of black folks, so-called Negroes, that happened a while ago. That don't matter no more. We free. Negro, no, you not. That's in the past. Well, don't you realize that the past makes the present and the present makes the future? So your history and your past is everything that you are today. Prime example, if you was never drugged here on boats, or the ancestors that came before we was drugged here on boats never did that journey through them oceans to get here, like the so-called Native American Indians, which was Negroes, by the way. If they never made that journey from Africa to here, or you was never pulled from Africa and brought here against your will, guess what? This present day and time, we will still be in Africa. So don't tell me that your past don't matter. The past is the reason why your black ass is here. So we have to go back there and find out what the food was before the slave ships. Find out what the food was before religion, before they start pushing all these white Jesuses on us and all this other nonsense. We got to go back before that. We got to go back before Nikes and before these clothing. We got to go back before that, before automobiles and all this technology, because these very same foods still grow within the earth. Now, a lot of it is becoming extinct like animals and stuff like that. But Yahweh have a way to keep that seed just growing and growing and growing. And that's the thing I like about his food. An apple. You don't got to plant apple seeds into the ground. If the apple fall, once it rot, the seed take root, the rain come out, the sun grow, another apple tree grow. You see that? That's the thing about Yahweh and nature. But we have gotten away from the information and gotten away from the food. And if you can find your food and follow that food, you will find true history, y'all. I did it. I did it, literally. And the more and more I study it and the more and more I search for it, that was our way of bartering, trading. That was money. That was everything. The food and the land that the food grew on. We into this illusion called the dollar bill, this dollar system. That's an illusion. A dollar don't mean a damn thing. It's the energy that you're putting behind that dollar that gives that dollar value. Ain't no value in no piece of green paper with a dead oppressor on it. And we be, stunting with it, holding up stacks of dead white slave owners. And you proud of that. Negro, you in debt. The more money it's called a federal debt note. But you think you free. Huh? You think you free. You got $1 million worth of cash and you think you free. You have $1 million worth of federal debt notes. It's not even backed by gold, not backed by no precious minerals, it's not even backed by, at least back then, it was backed by merchandise that they called humans. It ain't even backed by that no more. It ain't backed by nothing. And y'all, we killing each other over it. But that's because the information, the food, we eating the wrong things. You eat stressed animal meat, you eating barbaric meat, and then you wonder why you acting stressed and you acting barbaric. Because food is information. You're eating all the wrong genocode, all the wrong information. You supposed to be eating food that was grown in your natural climate that's conducive for your body. And if you can't get to that climate, then you need something that's going to at least imitate and assimilate that climate to put in your body. That's going to be natural herbs, natural fruits, natural vegetables. And if you do want to cook your stuff, you can. But just know it's going to be a blowback that come with it. And I'm not saying don't cook at all. I'm not even saying it. But I'm saying you're going to have to at least start cutting out them deep fries for now, y'all. Cut them out. Cut them out. With a bunch of guns. Right, with a bunch of guns in their videos. Just a whole nother culture. Guess who came and had a riot with their guns and forced us on slave ships? Huh? Waving their guns in their face. Taking pictures, holding their guns, killing animals. Taking pictures, holding their guns with a black man held in the background. Where y'all think we get that from? That come from the European. That's a European mindset. Want to be captured with their pictures and talking about killing niggas. Where y'all think y'all get that from? Huh? That wasn't even 200 years ago when they was doing that, taking pictures with their guns, killing niggas. Now y'all taking pictures with y'all guns, talking about how y'all gonna kill niggas. See that? The mindset of the oppressor. Or you fancy yourself education-wise, you fancy yourself on a high level off of their degrees, off of their passes, the same passes they used to give you from the slave house to go fetch some food for 6 miles away. Now I got a master pass. Master said I was free, sir. He said I can go get this food, sir. Using them same pieces of papers with a white man name on it to deem you smart or educated. You a god. Your ancestors taught them. Like, we got to really, really change and, redefine what a nation of people is. I mean, we lost in the sauce, family. But like I keep saying, we can start with the food. If we can get right with that food, y'all, I'm telling you, the food is everything. And I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. I'm not saying it's easy. It's hard for me sometimes. It's hard for me. I know quinoa is sluggish. I know quinoa will bring mucus. I know spelt is mucus forming. I be fighting with the wives sometimes because of that. But hey, because I love spelt, even though it's considered so-called alkaline. So even with me, I still have my addictive behavior too. It's just not with the stuff that y'all are eating and the stuff that y'all are on. So it's a process, family. Don't think that I just got it all right. I'd be a liar if I sit up here and told y'all I had it all right. Now, yeah, of course, I'm done. I'm completely vegan and plant-based. You'll never catch me eating no cheese, meat, dairy, or none of that bull crap. But I still even have the same things when it comes to certain foods, because too much of anything is bad for you unless it's raw. Unless it's raw. If it's raw, you good. You can eat it all day. But too much alkaline cooked foods is bad for you. And sometimes I go on my alkaline cooking spree. I do. You see what I'm saying? But I am a man enough to admit that and to tell you that, look, that need to change as well. We need to be 100% raw. And I understand it's a transitional diet that go before that, but we need to start that now. Because that is where your information come from. The sun was made by the universal creator. All this information is in the sun. It's built up in all this sulfur and all these other things, and it's carbon. This go through photosynthesis, and literally it's sun cooks. Shemesh cook or rock cook your food that grows on plants and grows on trees, and then you eat that, and literally light years and light years of information that sun had, that it breathed and cooked and naturally cooked into the food. You eat that raw and you getting all of that information, getting all of that. Eating natural foods and eating the right food is like praying, literally. It's like praying and meditating, because you're receiving light code frequencies that you can't get from no book. You're receiving light code frequencies that you can't get from no school. You're receiving light code frequencies that you're not going to get from another individual. This is coming straight from nature. You're getting downloads straight from the creator. If you eating right, if you're eating right. If y'all get that so far, type in some nines. That's right. We are God. They don't like it, but hey, it is what it is. And then like it's the environment too. We have to change our environment, and that's the reason why we came up with geogenetics. Geogenetics. See that geographical genetics is very important. Where the body it's called cosmic predisposition. Where Yahweh created you and put you at is where you're supposed to be at. That means all the food. Because look, remember your spirit comes from the heavens. That's where you come from. But your vehicle, your body, your avatar come from the dust of the ground. That comes from Adama, Afar, minerals. So if you come from Africa, your ancestors' body was made in Africa. They say you got 102 minerals in your body, which is more, but that's more European lies. You got more. Some of them they can't even name, but they don't want to tell you that because then they're gonna have to admit that you from the heavens, you from out there, and you're not from here. So they're gonna keep it at 102. But your body come from the dust of the ground. Wherever your body come from, guess what? The plants come from that same dirt. So that means it'll be able to assimilate and help you. It'll be able to resonate and assist with you. The plants, the fruits that grow there, them tropics, it'll be able to assimilate and resonate with you to help you to replace the minerals. The sun hits that part of the earth different than it hits this European land or this Western hemisphere. So the sun will be able to stimulate the cholesterol and convert it into melatonin and melanin different for you can get your vitamin D and your vitamin D3. It's different because you was not put in America. You weren't created from the dust of the ground in America. Now, don't get it twisted. Earth is our playground. We gods. We should be out playing with all of our creation and be able to travel everything. But home is where the creator puts you at. And we was put in Africa. This scientifically proven. I mean, we could prove this over and over and over again. So the food and the minerals that grows out there, the herbs that grow out there is what you need. You don't need burdock root from America. You need burdock root that's naturally grown in Africa. You need contribo that's naturally grown in Africa. You see that? You need hoshiwotu that's naturally grown in Africa. You need your berries that's naturally grown in Africa because it's going to have minerals in there that's at a vibratory rate that's on the same vibratory frequency as your organs and as your lymphatic system and as your blood that will work way more faster because it assimilates and it resonates with you. I don't see how we don't get this. I'm working on a study in a class right now and just talking about the resonant and the vibrational frequency of a black woman's vagina and her reproductive organ and how different it is than a Caucasian's vagina and her reproductive organ, even down to the black man and the white man's sperm account, showing you that how babies are assimilating and how so many birth defects and stuff come from when you have babies by different races because the organs in the sperm is at a certain vibratory rate. Straight different than others. I even got it in my phone. If y'all want me to read a little bit of, I got proof of this. So it just shows you how Yahweh created it. And look, another thing, you will never see a gorilla having a baby by a polar bear. You will never see a parrot having a baby by an eagle. You will never see a parrot and an eagle in a relationship. Never. They'll tweet, I might see them tweet a little bit, but you will never see them laying down and procreating and reproducing. Because they understand that they have certain vibratory resonance that's different than another, a different frequency. It's different. You see that? Even when you get down into the reproductive part of the reproductive organs, a black female vagina and her cavity and her whole reproductive organs down to her ovaries and her eggs, it vibrates and it resonates with the black man's sperm. With the black man's sperm. It does. These are scientific facts. This is scientific facts, but it don't with a white man or a white man with a black woman. So you see in pregnancy, I got a whole article that I'm bringing out. I'm doing a whole thing on this, and it blows my mind because I get asked this question a lot. What do I think about biracial couples and all of this and all of that? And I'm just gonna spit the science to it. This is what I think. When I'm showing y'all this article, we're gonna do it next week. It blew my mind to show you. The only way that a black man can get a Caucasian woman pregnant is usually when the egg is dying. See, conception happens instantly when a black man and a black woman are simulating and make love to each other. That's an instant conception. you will start seeing the fetus or the embryo taking its form within 10 to 15 days. That's what the Europeans say the conception time is. But these books I got in this information that I done got, no, it's instantly. But it literally takes up to 20 days when it's a different race, because usually that seed or that sperm catch a hold of that egg and that embryo come when the egg is dying. And then if you look at all of the issues that's going on with mixed children, just all the psychological problems and things, and I'm not knocking nobody, I'm just stating facts here, y'all. If you look at most of the issues, especially in the eyes, and how a lot of them have eye problems and calcium problems, a lot of them have a bunch of acidic problems, and that's because the resonance was off and the vibrations was off, because it wasn't made to be that way. Now, this is what I just asked, because I've been asked this like 60 times, y'all. So I'm talking about it now. This all I ask y'all. If you think I'm lying, just look in nature. All you got to do is look in nature, y'all. And like I said, you would never see a polar bear mating with a gorilla. You would never see a cheetah reproducing with a lion. You don't. You see that? And now I'm talking about the cats family, because then people be like, well, you talking about a primate and you talking about a cat. Well, let's do this. We could talk about birds. An eagle is a bird. A parakeet is a bird. You would never see a eagle bird and a parakeet bird reproducing together. You would never see it. And these are the same species of people. You would never see a hyena and a poodle reproducing. You would never see a cheetah, which is a cat, and a lion, which is a cat, reproducing. But it's still a species of a cat. So let's go to so-called human beings. It's supposed to be the same way, family. And I know this might hurt a lot of people's feelings, but hey, it is what it is. I'm speaking truth. I'm not speaking my truth. These are just facts when you start looking this stuff up. These are facts. And then you got people that will say, well, when the European came from Africa and went down here, he evolutionalized and he went from dark to light skin to white. Come on, family. Come on. We not finna play that game. Wild watermelons not black and change their colors. You know what I'm saying? What about trees? Why trees didn't change their colors? And then if you look back into history and you get into Northeast Africa and you get into down West Africa, there's been Caucasians in Africa damn near since they wrote themselves into existence 6,000 years ago. And they had that same exact skin color there that they have here now. So we can't play that. And it's all science. These are all facts. So it's, let's just look into nature. I don't see what is so hard about just looking simplistically and just simplistic healing and just look into nature and see what nature is showing us. We don't got to fumble with intellect. We ain't got to fumble with books. We ain't got to fumble with what he said or what she said or what they said or what he said. All we all have to do is just be observant and look at nature and see what nature is doing, because niggas change. People change. This European change. These Mongoloids change. The Asians change. Everybody gonna change their opinion and their mindset. But guess what stays the same, y'all? Nature. Nature is simplistic. It's simplistic, y'all. Let's see what y'all got here. What you mean? Speak up. I can hear you. Mm-hmm. So what Ania was asking, what about mixed people? She asked him, like, if the mama's black and the daddy's white. If your mama's black and your daddy's white, you will see a touch of melanin in there. But based off genealogy, that child will be considered a European. He will be considered Caucasian. I mean, that's just what it is. And you will see that's the reason why we're not really supposed to be mixing with other race. No other species on planet Earth do that but us. We don't. Right? Yep, and if you get down to the Torah, you wouldn't even supposed to mix into tribes. So Yisrael, if you was from the tribe of Ephraim and you was from the tribe of Yahudim and Yahudah, y'all wouldn't even supposed to mix biblically. Even though everybody is Israelites. So I mean, that's even in Torah. It's so many scriptures on just not race mixing, period. that we can go for days on that. But it just goes to show you of this new thing we bringing out, and it's not new because the information we got it from over 46 people and over 22 out of the 46 people, 22 of them were scientists, and I got articles. I mean, backed by the science database showing how is vibrational difference in organs and in sperm and I mean in reproductive organs, y'all, that's different between us and every other race, and that's the reason why we're not supposed to be having sex with other people. And that's the reason why you will see all of these mental and mineral deficient mixed people. It'd be a lot of mental and mineral deficient mixed people born up out of this because that's not natural. It's not. So, and like I said, you know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking nobody with jungle fever or none of that. I'm just saying me, from what I learned, from what I studied, and y'all been asking the question, so I'm answering it. I would never repopulate with a woman outside of my race. If she's not a Negro, I'm not laying down with her. We not going to even be on a level like that because I understand that principle. You know what I'm saying? And I would never give up on the black woman anyway, as hard-headed and loudmouth she is. You know what I'm saying? That's a problem that we finna have to fix as a whole family, as a village people. You know what I'm saying? Even in Africa, you won't even see villages swapping out. None of that. Your village, the baby is going to be born within that village from a man from that village and a woman from that village. So it's just that we have been Europeanized. We have, y'all. And I know this hurt a lot of people. And I know a lot of people might disagree with me. I mean, honestly, I don't care if you disagree with me or not, because I know the truth is the truth. And I've been studying this, I mean, sun up to sundown for many years now. But, you know, it is what it is. And I feel like if we're trying to truly build our people up and get our nation back together, just like Christ said, he sent them out to the lost sheep of Israel first. I just feel like it have to be the same thing amongst our people. How am I talking about building my people and finding my people and freeing them and freeing them and liberating them mentally, physically, and emotionally? What you think? How you think that be to the next person if I just bring a Asian in and bring all these different other races in? I need to check y'all on y'all first and get y'all together first before I be trying to build anybody else up. But that's just me personally. I know other brothers and sisters that do it. That's good people, good brothers, very knowledgeable and everything. But just speaking of me, since the question was asked to me, I would never do that. Not me. And I would never do that. I never have and I never will. I just don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? And I would never have a European woman. I had some when I was in like junior high school and stuff like that. But once I became knowledgeable about who I am and my identity as a person and just how important I am and my melanin and a black woman and her melanin is, I would never do it ever. So that's just what it is. All right, so I'm finna open up the phone lines. I've been trying to charge my phone. My phone is charged enough, so let's do it. So let me plug this in. I'm gonna go and pull it over to the screen. Y'all know how we do that. Let me put my headphones on. We can talk about whatever. If y'all want to dive deeper into this topic and situation, we can. If y'all need me to pull up some articles, I most definitely can. I wanted to get my whole entire class done on it first before we really started talking about it. But yeah, man, it's most definitely scientifically proven. Yaki TV is the number. Let me plug in my phone. All right. Lightning adapter connect pair. All right, so y'all can go and call on in and we can go and get this started. Y'all can ask whatever y'all want. Just don't be blowing up the lines. All right, I got somebody online. Make sure you mute your phone and let me make sure I put you on here. All right, make sure you mute your phone, family. We already got somebody in on the line, y'all. Y'all calling in back to back, but we do got somebody in on the line. Now, y'all probably ain't gonna be there here. Let me know if y'all can though. All right. Go ahead, caller. Let me unmute you real quick. All right, go ahead, brother. Hey, speak your name, speak your piece, brother. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, this is Yaquab Azariah, and I got someone that has glaucoma and
Hold on real quick.
cataracts.
Hey, y'all gotta quit calling back to back, family. I can't even hear what he's saying. And for those that are online, can y'all hear? For those that are online, can y'all hear him? Yeah, I know people on here mad. Hey, I know this is a touchy subject and topic, but it is what it is. Y'all, hey, look. So if y'all keep blowing me up, I'm finna shut the whole line down, and we ain't gonna even do no call-ins. That's what I'm gonna do. If y'all gonna keep blowing me up, we ain't gonna even do this today. Y'all gotta learn how to listen. All right, go ahead, man.
All right, so I got a Aquath who has cataracts and glaucoma.
Cataracts and glaucoma. I mean, there's really no difference between cataracts and glaucoma. It's all mucus that have been calcified in the eyes or on the back of the optic globe due to mucus forming foods and due to a mucus forming environment. So that's how these things happen. If they really want to get rid of these things, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to get some eyebright herbs. They most definitely need to be on a all raw diet consisting of high fruits to start that alkaline effect on the body, to start really pulling all of that systemic acidosis out of the body. And then after that, this number that keep calling, I'm gonna have to block you. This number that keep blowing me up, I'm gonna have to block you. Remind me to get a system if I can put people on hold, because this can't keep working like that. But made me forget my thought they calling so much. But basically they're gonna have to be on an all fruit diet to truly hydrate the body. From that, they're gonna need to get some eyebright herb, and this eyebright herb will be used and made as a tea. Once they make it as a tea, they'll calm it down a little bit, let it cool down, and they're gonna be rinsing their eyes out with the eyebright. Other than using the eyebright on the herbs, they'll be taking the eyebright as a tea also. All right, because that's what's gonna start pulling and tugging. Eyebright is very astringent, but it's not astringent enough to hurt the eyes. That's what's gonna pull all of that mucus and break up all of that calcified mucus. Usually they say a retina was detached or something like that, but it don't be a retinas that is detached. It usually just be mucus that have crystallized on the back of that nerve. So alkaline the body, go on an all fruit diet, high fruit juice intake, most definitely get you some herbs to cleanse out the gut, because you cannot cleanse out the brain or what they're going to call the glymphatic system unless you cleanse out the gut. All right, because it's a draining effect, because mucus builds up from the gut up. It builds up from the gut up. That's how mucus gets. That's how mucus builds and forms, because mucus is formed out of the gut. It's formed out of these tissues, these lymphatic site tissues, or where most of the so-called immunological system is at, what I'm going to call the lymphatic defense system. Most of your lymph nodes starts in the gut. So this backup, this systemic backup starts in the gut and then builds up to the brain and then goes down to the ankles. So in order to loosen the mucus that's been accumulated in the eyes and all these cysts and all these crystals, or the cataracts and glaucoma, which is nothing but a thick mucus film over the eye, you will have to cleanse the gut. And once you cleanse that transverse colon, then the drainage will start happening from the skull down. So that's what's going to have to happen. So alkaline body, do an all fruit diet. Try all fruit diet for at least 31 days and go longer if you can. Make sure she get that eyebright herbs. The eyebright herbs will be good for herbal wash. Get my GI super mover from off the website. Just get a whole digestive system kit. That way we can really be cleansing that gut, working on that so-called immunological system, which we call the lymphatic defense system. Open up them kidneys, get them kidneys filtering, and attack that nervous system and get that nervous system back stimulated properly. But the eyebright will start that cleansing process of all that mucus and that systemic blowback out of our eyes.
And what you call it? For like the detox, if she does the 31 fruit day fast, she's gonna start like all of her uncleanness, I guess you could say, that was in her throughout the years. It comes out to the surface and like bumps and things like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So and what they call that, brother, they call that a healing crisis. What I call it is fontanelles. Basically, many different alternative route of elimination. So the moment that she start alkalining her body, the moment that you start eating the foods that Yahweh created for you to eat, what happens is all of the unnatural accumulations that are accumulated and accumulated inside of your system will start being hydrated. Water and hydration breaks up things, and then these things starts to move. The whole thing is to get the lymphatic system to move, because the lymphatic system being stagnant, it's called the interstitial fluids. Around 150 trillion cells inside of your body, the cells sit on a river of fluids, and the river of fluids that all 150 trillion cells sit on is called lymphatic fluid. Now, what happens is the lymphatic fluid gets stagnant because it get blocked up with clunks of oil. It get blocked up with unused or unutilized minerals. It get blocked up with systemic acids, and it burns and it turns into glunk or glue and things like that, which what we started off talking about. So in order to break these things up, you're going to have to hydrate the body. Well, the only way you can hydrate the body is through alkali. That's the only way. So the moment you start hydrating that body, what happens is you start opening up elimination pathways, and usually the skin open up before the kidneys. Usually the colon open up before the kidneys. So you see a lot of people getting bumps and hives and all stuff like that, or you see a lot of people throwing up, and then you see a lot of people with bad diarrhea because the alternative routes of elimination, what I talked about first, is going to be the first things that open up. So yeah, so just be expecting skin rashes, be expecting a lot of mucus coming out our eyes, be expecting bad diarrhea, vomiting, fevers, cold and flu-like symptoms where the mucus starts to come out of the bronchi tubes, the mucus come out of the respiratory system. I mean, mucus is going to come from everywhere, but that means that the herbs in the diet is working.
And you just gotta trust the process and keep going, right?
Yep, just trust the process and keep going. There will be a better day. And I don't take the blowback as a bad thing. It's cleansing. And I mean, you got to think about it. You've been spending your whole life putting all this bull crap into your body, your whole entire life. So it takes a while for it to come out, but it got to come out the same way it went in. It got to.
And how come people, when they're on the fruit diet and fruit juice, I've heard you say they can't have water because it
Yeah,
over.
yeah. And the reason why you can't have water, let's not call it water because fruit got water too. We're just gonna call it H2O. So H2O is slightly acidic. You know what I'm saying? You got a hydrogen and two oxygens. Notice what I just said though, hydrogen. Hydrogen is the acidic side of nature. So water is naturally acidic. People don't know that. What makes the water alkali, or what makes the water a state of alkalinity, is the minerals that the water gets from when it's going through the streams and it's picking up its electrolytes. All electrolytes is salts, or what we're going to call minerals that have been converted to salt that's in the water. And that's from the water brushing up against the rocks and stuff while it's going through a live stream. If that water was never able to go through that live stream, then it would be slightly on the acidic side of chemistry. So we trying to keep back there. Now, guess what is fully alkaline though? H3O2. H3O2, which is fruit water. It is fully alkaline. And a matter of fact, it's so alkaline that if you just do an all fruit juice fast, literally you will start eliminating. You can get your kidneys filtering within 3 days. So that's the difference. It's just water is slightly acidic, and we see what water is doing, and then water has just been so tainted. The spring water has been tainted. Rainwater, it's been acid rain that's been coming down from the rain. Just water just been so tainted everywhere. It's arsenic acid all in it. They putting it in bottles that's leaching arsenic acid inside of the water. I mean, the glass be sitting inside of these hot warehouses for months and months before they ship them, and they claim that they bottling this stuff at the source when they lying asses is not. So it's just when you trying to truly heal, we're going to avoid the whole water. We're going to avoid the whole H2O thing, and we're going to dive deep into the H3O2, which is the water that's naturally occurring inside of your juices from your fruits.
And is there any like fruit brand juices that you recommend, or just like
Oh,
homemade?
no. So I'm glad you asked that for the listeners online. I never will recommend any brand of juices. I do not drink no juice from no store. Guess where I get my juice from? From organic fruits, and my wives make my juice from me for a juicer. I didn't invest it in so many juices. How much? What do you think? We got like $10,000 worth of juices. Yeah, we got probably like $10,000 worth of, man. I got any juicer you can name. I mean, any juicer. We done got all kinds, whether it's manually, whether it's hydro, whether it's fully automatic. I mean, we a juicing family, so we juice. But I never recommend you getting any pasteurized juice from a store, because pasteurized juice is heat cooking juice. Just like we started off talking about how you cook your stuff in oils. Pasteurized juice is when you put heat to it and you cooking out all the phytonutrients and you processing the sugar that's in there. So now that very natural fructose monosaccharides and glucose monosaccharides that was inside of the juice have now became white sugar. bleach white sugar at that, because you cooked it, you put fire to it, and that's very acidic. So never ever ever buy juice already bottled at the store. If you want some real juice, get you a juicer, get you some organic fruits, and juice your own fruits.
Con. All right,
All
the
right.
water, Aki.
It's all good. Alfred Brewster. I know other people got questions, but he asking good questions, so this is my platform, and I'm gonna answer that. You know what I'm saying? That if you got a problem, you always can stage exit left, brother. All right, peace.
Peace.
Make sure you say peace, love, light, and healing to your people. All right, peace. Hey, make sure you mute your phone. Make sure you mute your phone. Uh, if you got any questions so far, hey, great questions, brother. Those were some good questions. People need to hear that. If you got any questions so far from everything that he just said, y'all can ask. Y'all can ask him now. Y'all can ask him now. So the best juicer, y'all asking what the best juicer is. That's a Kawhi question. What you think the best juicer is, Kawhi?
So the best juicer,
Uh-huh.
especially we're talking about in terms of healing,
Uh-huh.
is gonna be on the market that we've seen so far is the pure juicer. It is a masticating juicer. It basically has blades that grinds the juice up, and then you go through a second process where it presses. It puts like 5 tons of pressure, so you literally are able to get all the phytonutrients out of the fruit.
So the best juicer is the Pure Life juicer, and that's because the grinding effect. It juices. You know my light queen. It juices like a cow. How a cow have 4 stomachs, and it goes through all these different processes of digestion. That's basically how the juicer do to cut through all that cellulose and bring out all the phytonutrients. So it's called the Pure Life juicer. It's about $2,500, but it's one that's a step down from that. That's good too. And speak on that real quick.
And so, the next best thing, which you could also consider a medical juicer, and it does the same effect with the blades, is called a Green Star Elite juicer.
And that
And
Green Star Elite ain't nothing but $600, y'all. Matter of
yep,
fact, I think they like $450 now.
yeah, and that is like the second best. And in terms of what you're trying to do with it, it can be the best, even better than the pure juicer, depending on what you're trying to do with it. And it runs about $500 to $700.
Yep. Now, and say the name of that again.
That one is called the Green Star Elite, and you can probably just grab that on Amazon.
Yeah, and I just seen somebody say that fruit juices causes bad diabetes. No, it don't. Fruit juices is how we actually eat. Heal diabetes. What the fruit juices do, fruit juices is the way to bypass. If you really want to bypass, because let me break this down. So inside of a pancreas, you have something called the islets of Langerhans, and the islands of Langerhans deals with 3 different cells: alpha cells, beta cells, and basically delta cells. Your alpha cells is what raises the glucagon. Your beta cells is what produces insulin. Your delta cells is what produces something called somatostatin. And this is just a growth hormone that's mixed with sugars and mixed with salt. Well, in order to get glucose through a cell, because you need glucose because it's a carbon chain constituent. This is what glucose do, is it goes inside of a cell, and then once it gets inside of your cells, it heats up, and then inside this cell it breaks up into carbon dioxide and water, and this carbon dioxide and water that came from this glucose factor is what produces ATP, ADP, and ATP is called adenosine triphosphate, and these phosphates are literally energy that burns off into the cell, and you need this energy to live. Without this energy, you cannot live whatsoever. So the natural occurring of ATP is where you get all your energy to live your life from. Well, guess what? If you're eating fructose, you don't need glucose to go across the cell, which means you don't need insulin. See, most of people that have diabetes have insulin problems. And the reason why you need insulin is because insulin is what carries the glucose across into the cells, but you can actually start breaking down and producing ATP to get you energy. Well, with fructose goes through a process called cellular infusion. What fructose does from the fruits, it infuses the ATP. It infuses these factors into the cells, these natural occurring sugars into the cells, and then it goes into ADP, adenosine triphosphate, and you don't need glucose to do so. So if you don't need glucose, then you don't need the pancreas because you don't need insulin. So fruits, so that whole thing that sugar from fruits will make your diabetes worse is the biggest lie I ever heard a day in my life. We done healed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of diabetes patients off of fruits alone, not even herbs. Just off fruit, just to put them on a fruit diet. Now, will the sugar raise a little bit? Yes, it will. But will it regulate itself out? It always does. All right, it always does. All right, I'm finna unmute this caller. Peace, peace. Speak your name and speak your peace, brother.
Hi, my name is Lanasia.
Oh, sister, how you doing? How you say your name again?
Lanasia.
Lanasia. Can y'all hear Lanasia good? If y'all can, type in some nines. If y'all can hear Lanasia good, type in some nines. Give me 1 second, sister. I just want to make sure they can hear you. Say something else real quick.
Say something real quick.
Uh-huh. Can y'all hear her? Okay, they can hear you. What's up, sister?
Okay, so I'm on day 14 of my cleanse. And so I'm healing from HSV2.
Okay.
And so I just watched the video that you made about a year ago about the mucus. About the mercury filling.
Uh-huh.
I have a mercury filling in my mouth right now.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if I should continue the cleanse. And
of course. So before you keep going, of course, continue to cleanse. We done healed many herpes patients with mercury fillings in their mouth. But the mercury do slow down healing. And I speak on that in a lot of my videos with people with herpes. So, of course, don't stop the cleanse. But if you can get the mercury fillings taken out, get them taken out. But it's been plenty of healing cases with people that have them in their mouth. But I recommend you take them out, period, whether you have herpes or not have herpes, because what it does is it leaches mercury into your bloodstream, and then it hides behind cells and stuff like that. And it basically causes you harm in the long run. And these mercury fillings is a cancerous carcinogen factor, and it causes a lot of people cancer. We have to realize that the dentist is not made to make your tooth better, but it's made to keep you sick. And that's why they had all these things in their utensils. And notice that the dentist is ran by John D. Rockefeller, and they're in the same bed as junk food companies and things like that, for they can get your teeth all messed up, and for you can go to the dentist and they can put these things inside of your mouth, So everybody got these mercury fillings. Mine fell out when I was detoxing though. So I had some in my mouth, but they fell out when I was detoxing.
Okay.
But but keep cleansing though, regardless. But if you can get them out your mouth, get them out your mouth though, because they will slow down your healing.
Okay. Do you recommend getting it taken out now? Because I believe that they would have to numb me and use anesthesia.
So what I would do is I would just let the cleanse run its course. You should check them and see if they're getting loose, because literally I wasn't even 30 days into my cleanse and mine fell out. And then even my teeth, I had weak teeth. If you look at my teeth now, they still jacked up, but they way better than what they was when I had them. I got buck teeth, I got bridges, I got gap, I'm missing teeth, and all. My teeth messed up, but me being on my healing journey, a lot of them, even though they still look messed up, they don't hurt no more. I'm not in pain, and I don't have no more cavities. And all of my mercury fillings literally fell out when I was 30 days into my cleanse. No, I'm lying. One of them fell out 30 days, and then the rest of them fell out when I was 60 days into my cleanse. So I wouldn't worry about that at all. You're going to get rid of the filling. Okay. I wouldn't get silver caps either. They actually, so if you want to heal the enamel of your teeth, just build up your calcium bone matrix. That's all you got to do. But finish your question, sister.
I forgot what my other question was, but you pretty much answered what I needed you to answer, because I thought I was going to have to start over based off of what your old video had said.
Nuh-uh. And you got to realize, I don't be on here, I go straight from the spirit when I be speaking. So it be most of my videos, something might pop up, something might not pop up, but when it do pop up, I speak on it. So that's why you hear me sporadically speaking on it. If you got mercury fillings, take them out your mouth, because it really do stop that parasite, because these parasites and these proteins hide behind metal. So it do take a long time. But if I'm cleansing the protein and killing the parasite, which is the hemisphere Fascioloscus buski, which is causing herpes simplex 1, 2 all the way to 16. If I'm cleansing it, if I'm killing the parasite and I'm cleansing out all of the impurities, then the metal is coming out anyway. Even though your mercury filling is still in your tooth, the leaching that has been doing, all of these leachings that has been doing, I'm cleansing them from the cells too. So I wouldn't too much worry about it, or I wouldn't get in the mindset of, dang, I can't heal from HSV because I got mercury in my mouth. I wouldn't get in that mindset, because all is mine and mine is God, and you can stop your own healing by thinking that. Remember, so in order to heal the body, you have to heal the mind. So be mindful of your thoughts too while healing.
Okay. All right.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
It's all good. Make sure you say peace, love, and healing to the family before you get offline.
Peace, love, and healing.
All right. The phone lines are back open, y'all. Hit us up. If anybody got any questions so far for what the queen just asked, make sure that y'all ask them now. Phone lines is open, family. Phone lines is open. Phone lines are open. Let me call her back. There you go. Hello? Hello?
Oh, hello?
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on hold for a minute.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Y'all got any questions so far? It says, can you put the code up there? Oh yeah, my bad, y'all. Let me put the code back up here. Who we got? Mercury out said also. Yeah, mine fell out. What? Okay, it says, what can the dentist replace the mercury filling with? When they got this new stuff too, it's white, it's a white filling, but 9 times out of 10, remember, the dentists don't have your best interest at heart at all. So 9 times out of 10, it's something in that you don't need anyway. If you really, really want to heal your teeth like I heal mine, now the look of them still gonna look ugly. I still got stains on mine. I don't believe in all that bleaching my teeth or none of that. So the look of your teeth, if you damage them, they just gonna be damaged. But you can heal them from the inside out, and that's what I did with mine. All you have to do is cleanse your body and start building up your calcium and magnesium in these little holes that's covering or exposing. Those nerve endings will grow back, y'all. All of mine did it. Now, so if you look at my teeth, it look like I have holes, but if you actually look inside of them, they are completely covered up with enamel because I grew the enamel back on the inside of my teeth. You see that? Now, if I was just completely raw since this happened and all the way to now and wouldn't eat cooked alkaline foods and stuff like that, I probably would have been able to grow the whole tooth back. Who knows? But I battle. I go back and forth. I ain't gonna say battle, but I go back and forth between raw and alkaline. So and I'm pushing that whole raw agenda, and it's the reason why, because through the raw diet, it's true cellular regeneration. So if I just went raw for the last 8 years, I'm pretty sure it probably would have grew all the way back. But just being on a completely alkaline diet and cooked meal and raw here and there, I mean, all of my enamel grew back on the inside, just not on the outside yet. So, I mean, you can do extraordinary things when you change your diet, family. You really can. And so they replace it with acrylic, and y'all look up what acrylic is made out of. All right, family, you can unmute your phone and speak your name, speak your piece. Can you hear? Is you on? Make sure turn your background down.
My name is Ryan.
Turn your background down, Ms. Ryan.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, what's my question? Okay, my dad had a heart attack. He had 2 heart attacks. And I was just wondering what can I do to help him, or what, I don't really know my question. I'm kind of nervous, but
it's okay. Just slow down. Just slow down. So your father had a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
He had 2 heart attacks.
Yes, he has 2 heart attacks. He has high blood pressure. They put him on all these type of medications. He does not want to take them. And I sent him to your website, but it's like I got to do it for him, and then he'll do it. So
okay,
I just want the information.
So basically, heart attack. If we're dealing with a heart attack, we either dealing with high cholesterol, or we dealing with some type of blockage just in the arteries that's dealing with the cardiovascular system. So that means one of the chambers of the heart is not receiving enough oxygen, and the oxygen goes by way of the bloodstream. That's what's feeding the actual oxygen to the body by respiration due to the respiratory system. So we dealing with some type of colloidal plaque buildup. So what he's going to have to do is he's going to alkaline. He's have to alkaline his body to get that high blood pressure down, and this goes to the kidneys. So the kidneys is backed up all the way to the heart. Now, if you look at where the kidneys at, and you look at where the heart at, and the kidneys and the heart are like twins. I call them twin flames because anything that goes down or goes wrong with the kidneys also go wrong with the heart because they're connected exactly through the same resonance. They on the same frequency and through the same main veins, and that vagus vein too. So what I recommend you do is start working on the blood pressure, cleansing out his kidneys. The best way to cleanse out his kidney is going on an all grape diet. He need to go on that now because I'm pretty sure he got some plaque buildup inside his arteries, which stop that flow to that heart in the first place. So, and we need to go after his nervous system. So get him on an all grape diet as long as possible. Grapes, 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 grapes. While he's on these grapes, make sure you juicing and giving him some grape juice. And he's going to need things like hawthorn berry that's going to help out his heart, parsley, hydrangea root that's going to help open up his kidneys. What he's going to need though, from my side, I'd rather him go after it systematically, which is the geogenetic therapeutic herbal package level 1. That's what he need, and he need to be on that package while he's on an all fruit diet. So when is the last time he had the heart attack?
It was a couple of months ago. It's maybe like 4 or 3 months ago.
Okay, so what he been doing? He just been taking it easy.
Yeah, but he actually got COVID, and COVID, I mean, he got it really bad. He lost, he was at 65% of oxygen, and it was only by prayer and the Most High Yah who was able to breathe back into him, of course. But then me and my dad, we're gonna go on a fruit fast, a 10-day fruit fast, when he comes back on the April 16th.
Okay.
So,
well, there's no such thing as COVID. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. So he either got radiation poison or he got the flu. That's one of them, and they call both of them COVID. But I mean, they still haven't shown or proven any type of strand of COVID. There's a such thing as coronavirus, but that's in animals. But this so-called COVID nonsense, nobody have seen the strand. If the viral load exists, they should be able to show you the virus moving and acting in real time under a microscope, and they have not yet to do that because it don't exist. So he probably just suffering from the flu, and his lungs are filling up with mucus, and that's the reason why he's having a respiratory response he have, or he's dealing with radiation poison or EMF poison from these electronic cell phones, television, microwave, and all this other stuff that's going on. But either way, you can get rid of all of it. The best thing to do is do what you just said you was going to do. Make sure you go on a fruit fast. Do it with him to make it more of a communion thing, to make it more like a family thing, and to help keep him motivated. Make sure you watch him. All grapes, though. I wouldn't do nothing but mono grapes with seeds. If you cannot find mono grapes with seeds, then you can do like grapefruits, mangoes, something that's astringent and that's going to pull, because what we need to do is we need to dissolve all of that cholesterol that have turned to mucus, and that mucus have turned into crystals, and that's what happens to cholesterol once it heat up and once mucus mix in with this cholesterol, because it's all lipid based. It turns into crystals, and this is what you call cholesterol plaque buildup, and that's what's giving heart attacks. But that starts from the kidneys though, because once you get backed up from the kidneys, it just keep backing up interstitially all the way into each organ and organs until your whole body is just agglomerated with all this leftover waste from the wrong foods we've been eating. And you would notice on this, once his blood pressure evens itself out, because remember, you got systolic, which is the top part, that's the adrenal glands. That's why I said we have to go after the nervous system, because the adrenal glands is in control of the autonomic nervous system. And then you have the bottom part, which is diastolic, and that's the kidneys. And once we fix the adrenal glands and the kidneys, everything else will help itself out, because the adrenal glands is in control of your heartbeat, along with the thyroid, along with the blood and how it flows to the heart, the things that runs on automatic. That's what you call the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. So we just need to aid the nervous system, clean and flush out his body of all of these byproducts of the wrong foods that he's been eating, and he's going to have to redefine what food is. And the best way is letting these natural foods that I'm always talking about heal him, and then he'll understand what real food is and what European dead food is. So let's do that fruit fast with him, get that geogenetic therapeutic package level 1, and that's going to help him out a whole lot.
Okay, and I also had another question, and that was when you're talking about the fruit water. So I can put any fruit in any type of water, or does it have to be alkaline water?
So when I talk about fruit water, and I'm glad you said that too, Auntie Yacht love to make fruit water. She cut up a whole lot of fruits and she'll put them in some spring water, and it be tasting good too, especially when she add that good old basil to it. But when I'm talking about, but we're talking about cleansing. It's good to drink H2O. Don't get me wrong, and it's good to put H3O2 in your H2O, which means adding fruit, chopping up fruits, and adding it to your spring water or your distilled water, real natural spring water, not man-made spring water or man-made alkaline water. Never take that. But it's good to drink that. But if you're cleansing from HSV, HIV, heart attacks, and things like that, I don't recommend H2O. That I don't recommend that type of water. I recommend only water from your fruits. Meaning, if you squeeze a peach, notice all of that H3O2 water that comes up out of that. If you crush a grape, notice all of that natural occurring water. If you crack open a coconut, notice all that water come from it. If you squeeze a ripe mango, notice all of that wet dripping water. That's the water I'm talking about. I'm not talking about water that comes from a spring, a faucet, nor a water bottle. So when I speak of water while healing, I'm only talking about H3O2, and this is the natural occurring water that comes from within inside of the fruit.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So you got any more questions, Queen?
No, that was great. Thank you.
All right, so make sure you say peace, love, light, and healing to your family.
Peace, love, light, and healing to the family.
All right, peace, Queen.
You.
Peace. If y'all got any questions so far from the questions that the Queen asked, y'all can go and ask them now. And if not, phone lines are open. Peace. Yeah, make sure you mute your phone. Mute your phone, and then we're gonna come back in. We already got somebody on the line, y'all. Y'all hold off. We already got somebody on the line. All right, if y'all got any questions so far from the last Queen that was on here, make sure y'all ask. Let's see. How long? After all that frozen clean. Okay, here go a good one. After a full internal cleanse, it says, would the 4-element package be good? Yeah, of course. Yes, Bakar. Yes, most definitely. So that's what we recommend. It's actually a part of our Revitalize or Rebuild. After the cleansing process, we want to put muscle and put your tissue back on you and things like that. The best thing to get is the Revitalize Rebuild kit. With inside of that kit is the 4 elements, where you get your phosphates, your carbonates, your aldehydes, and your bromines. It's going to rebuild your whole entire molecular structure. So yeah, bro, you right on track, bro. Right on track, God. All right. Peace. Speak your name. Speak your peace. Hello? You can unmute your phone. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? It keeps saying call muted. You got to unmute your phone.
Okay.
There you go. Shalom. Speak your name and speak your peace.
Shalom. Yaki, this is Melissa.
Melissa Birch, how you doing, sister?
Been waiting to hear from you. I don't know what's going on with I know you had mentioned that you had called me a few times.
Yes, I did.
In regards to Caleb.
Yeah, I know exactly who you are and who you talking about. I've been emailing you back and I've called you. I just emailed you. That was last week we talked through email. I said I was gonna call you Friday.
Yes, and somehow I held my phone.
I called you from an 807 number.
Okay, not sure what's going on. That's probably what's going on with your system.
Because
I've tried to email you and I get the messages.
So you get my messages, just not my phone call?
Yes.
So what we'd do is we just set up a call, and then I can call you through Kawhi phone, or we can set up a call and we can do it through what we've been using now. We've been doing Zoom through our consultations. So we can set up a consultation for what's tomorrow? Wednesday. We can set up a consultation for tomorrow through Zoom. And that's straight internet to internet. Send her in Birch. Send her a code. I'm gonna talk to her. She finna send you a code now. Yeah, the code won't let her book tomorrow because I'm booked. Oh, so the code won't let you book tomorrow? So I'm just gonna have to call her straight up. All right, I'm gonna just call you straight up personally through Zoom. Do you got a Zoom account?
No, I don't.
All right, set up a Zoom account and then email me the email to the Zoom account.
Okay.
All right. Other than that, did you have a question, or do you want to just wait till tomorrow? I mean, I know this situation pretty personal. We got a long talk, so
I just don't want to miss your call because
you
we in the
you can't you ain't gonna miss no Zoom call straight through the internet.
Okay, straight through the internet.
Uh
So
huh.
I need to.
So set
Okay,
up
what do
Zoom.
you? Okay, do you want me to go and set up Zoom tonight and send it to
My email,
what email?
the same email that me and you been corresponding on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, then I'll go do that tonight. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Make sure you say peace, love, light, and healing to the family.
Peace, love, light, and healing to the
All
family.
right. Do that now, sister, and send it to me.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Peace. All right, y'all. Phone line's still open. Phone line's still open. And I don't give y'all a green light to be calling here and asking about orders or none of that. They don't give y'all the green light. Peace, peace. And I don't give y'all a green light to be calling here and asking about orders or none of that. Turn your background down.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, what's up with it? Speak your name, speak your piece. Hey, somebody else on the line, y'all. Y'all calm it down. Yeah, we're gonna get a new system. Something that like hold
Hello?
like 12 callers. Yeah, I hear you, brother. Speak your name, speak your piece, brother.
Shalom, how you doing? My name's Kafa Anthony.
Hey, how you
my
doing?
mom wanted to call. She wanted to ask about carpal tunnel in the hand.
So
and,
that's all she got going on. Is severe? Severe? Is it chronic? Because
it's severe. Her left thumb is basically not. She's not able to like. It's like trigger finger in a sense.
Okay, so that's dealing. So that's basically getting into like neuropathy and chronic rheumatoid arthritis for real.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what's happening is usually when you check these type of things, it be a lot of wet leftover unutilized minerals and byproducts from wrong foods that's getting caught between the joints and basically that's chewing away at the nervous system and things like that. And that's what she's feeling. She's feeling an acidic response from the food she's been eating, and she probably need to lay off the salt because what I've been noticing through all the people we've been healing of that, they have a high salt diet. How is her salt intake?
You hit it on the nail.
See, you hit it on the nail. See, that's what's going on with you, mama. You got to lay off that salt because what that salt is, that salt is nothing but aldehyde, and the aldehyde is attached to a lot of other minerals, and your body is not utilizing it right because your body is dehydrated because that's what salt do. Salt literally strip all the potassium monophosphate out of the cells, and it dries the body out. So now you left without the body being hydrated, and then these minerals and these salts and then all this acidic blowback from the foods that you've been eating is literally just sticking between your joints and sticking between your nerves. So it start eating at your joints and it start eating at your nerves because that's what salt do. Have you ever seen salt on a snail? It literally dehydrated and dries the cell out until the cell no it like disintegrate. And that's what's happening to your joints, and that's why you feeling a neuropathy and you feeling a carpal tunnel and you feeling this systemic chronic basically rheumatoid arthritis. You have too much waste from byproducts of the food you've been eating and too much leftover minerals, or what we're going to call salts, between your joints and between the ligaments of your hands and your fingers. So in order to get that out, you have to hydrate the body, because remember, that's what water do. Water pushes and cleanses the body. The best hydration would be from your H3O2, which is the natural occurring water from your fruit. You would need that. And on top of that, what I would do, I would go on to the website and I will get the nervous system kit, because that will help out. That will help get all of these minerals and stuff off the nerve and rejuvenate the nervous system and stimulate the nervous system good, while opening up the kidneys and flushing the body and getting everything out. So you most definitely need that. The nervous system kit, do a high fruit and berry diet and juice, fruit juice. Give it like 7 days. You will notice a major difference just within 7 days. And that'll be enough motivation to keep you going while you on the cleanse.
Total, I appreciate that.
It's all good. Let's get you together, mama. Lay off the look. You need to throw that salt. Look, brother, go in that closet right now, whatever help, or get that salt.
She go snap on me.
Hey, throw it away now. He say, "Mama might two-piece you, huh?" Hey, you need to go throw that stuff away now, man.
Got you. I got you on that. Most definitely. Gonna learn about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the website.
Yeah, it's on the website. It's under kits and bundles. It's called the nervous system kit. That's what you gonna need, mama.
Okay, I appreciate that.
All right. Make sure you say peace, love, light, and healing to the family.
Most definitely. Peace, love, life, healing to the family.
All right, peace, love, light, and healing. Peace. All right, I'm gonna do two more calls. If y'all got any questions so far about her situation, y'all got any question about her situation, make sure that you answer. Mute your phone. Whoever I just answered, make sure you mute the phone. If y'all got any questions so far about the rheumatoid arthritis, the carpal tunnel, or the MS, because it's all the same thing, y'all can ask them now. How do we book the detox home? The detox home is unbookable right now. She loves Cam. We will send out notifications once we get that back up and going. But it's for right now, it's most definitely unbookable. Any questions so far? What the young man and his mama just called in about? Even back even sea salt. Now sea salt has its benefits, because what sea salt dissolves mucus, but too much of it does the same thing. The moment you took salt out of the sea, it becomes a drug. I mean, the moment you take sugar out of the natural occurring things that it's in, it becomes a drug. I'm not saying that all drugs are bad for you, but too much of it will have a foreign reaction to the body. So too much sea salt will be bad too, because it's hard to process and it stays inside of the cells, and it chews up all the potassium monophosphate, and that's your water. Hey, look, y'all, I'm on the line. Somebody's already on the line. I can't talk to two people at one time, so y'all gonna have to hold off until I get off the phone with the next person. So it's hard. It's hard for the body to assimilate and to properly be electrical with all of these different minerals in places that they don't need to be. Now, minerals or salts, and salts or electrolytes. This is where your alkali come from. Remember, water, what makes water alkaline or what makes water electrical is the minerals that's in them. But minerals do not give you no good if the body are not utilizing it. Utilization is what the adrenal glands and what other glandular organs do inside of your body. It literally uses these minerals to keep the electricity going. But if all these salts are just stuck in one place, then it's going to do the body more harm than good. So even sea salt can be bad for you. In extreme cases, we will do a sea salt flush though, if we need to get rid of some mucus real fast. But other than that, pink Himalaya sea salt flushes is good too. But that's what I'm saying. Pink Himalaya salt and sea salt is bad when you use it on an everyday basis. It is. Peace. Speak your name. Speak your peace.
Peace, Yaki. This is Jamal. How you doing?
Hey, Jamal. I look down at the phone. I said, man, that's Jamal. Hey, you got your whole picture on this thing, man. What's up, bro?
Man, I'm alive and well, man.
How you been feeling? How you been doing?
Man, I'm blessed. Can't complain.
That's what's up. What's up with your sister, man?
Oh, man, she doing good.
All praises. Talk to us. Talk to your family.
All right, I got a quick question for me. Can you give me put me up on game about inflammation? I got the brother, man. He got like fluid build up on his elbow. So that inflammation, or what are your thoughts on it? What can you say about that?
All right, so I mean, inflammation is good to break down the etymology of these European words. Inflammation, notice in, and then it's flame, and then you see the suffix at the end. Is nothing but an itis. Inflammation is basically when parts of the body have become inflamed and isolated by the body. The body have a natural remedy of healing itself. So in order to get phytonutrients and get oxygen to certain levels that have a lot of acidic residence or residue left behind, what happens is that surface will heat up. And the reason why that surface heats up, because when you heat up things, it get thinner. And the reason why it get thinner is because your tissue is elastic and the cells can start moving around. That way you can get more phytonutrients, or what you're going to call curcutins or tannins, and all of these different healing bioflavonoids, just all these different healing modalities to come towards that area to calm down all of that acid. Now, the bad thing about inflammation, the body being inflamed, one thing, it burns, so it hurt like hell. And the next thing is it's going to cause a mucus response, because it stimulates the mucosa membrane. So inflammation brings mucus. Now, if you don't hurry up and get rid of that mucus, just like how mucus is a defense, it's a lipid. It literally covers up acids and it alkalines the acids out through a calcium buffer system. Well, if you don't change your diet while that mucus is trying to help you, then excessive mucus buildup comes in, and then you suffocate the cells and you suck all the oxygen out of the cells, then the cells die. So mucus can be a good thing. Mucus is naturally occurring in the body for a defense, but the moment it start producing too much, it drowns your cells. The same thing with inflammation. Inflammation is actually not a bad thing. It's actually a natural response for your body trying to thin out certain liquids to make that elasticity of your cells be more elastic, for you can get more goodies in, or what we're going to call the kitchen, which is the bloodstream, for you can bring phytonutrients and healing constituents to heal that area. But if you do not change your diet and you don't properly start detoxing while the inflammation sets in, then this inflammation literally will start burning you to death.
Okay.
That's the word, inflame, inflammation, inflame. It's kind of like putting a lighter to your cells. That ain't gonna feel good at all. But the reason why is because that friction, the body has to heat up itself for you can get the proper amount of circulation to that area that is suffering from systemic acidosis. And that's all inflammation is. It's a byproduct plus a helper to that. And if you start going on that healing journey, the moment that you feel that pain and you start hydrating the body, getting that H3O2 in you, start eating raw and alkaline, notice that the inflammation go away and a whole lot of mucus start coming out of the body. And it shows you what was causing the inflammation in the first place. Acids, the acid side of chemistry. Remember, acids burn. Alkaline is cold. Summer is acidic. Winter is acid, it's alkaline. Men are acidic, women are alkaline. You see, that's all about male and female principle. You know what I'm saying? Up is acidic, down is alkaline. That's why when it get cold outside, you say, boy, put on a coat or you're going to catch a cold. You're not catching a cold, you're catching a detox, because that's what alkaline things do to you. That's what the cold, which is alkaline, do. That's mama. It's going to nurture you and it's going to detox all them impurities out of you. So whenever you dealing with the hot side of chemistry, like inflammation, you're dealing with the acid side of chemistry.
Okay.
So you got that?
Got that. One more question.
Go ahead.
So outside of changing diet, going on a fruit diet, raw, are there any key herbs that you recommend that helps with that?
With inflammation, yeah, man, most definitely. Burdock root is a good thing to help with inflammation. Guaco. I say guaco. I got some duck flower too. I'll send it to you, brother. Duck flower, guaco vine, and guaco root and guaco leaf. These things are very, very, very good for inflammation. I say my top herb for inflammation would be guaco, and I got a lot of it. So, Ania, how long you been telling me to call Jamal? She been telling you to call. Look, every day she called Jamal. Don't forget to call Jamal. So, I'm gonna call you tomorrow, and I'm gonna send you something, bro. So I'm gonna send you a duck flower. But I supposed to been hit you up, bro. I just been so busy. But hey, your sister ain't forgot about you, boy. She been hagging me about calling you, man.
Man, I really appreciate that, brother.
All right, I got you. But yeah, guaco. Whether it's the leaf, the vine, or the duck flower.
Word, I'm taking notes.
All right, brother, and make sure you say peace, love, light, and healing to your family, bro.
Hey, family, peace, love, light, and healing.
All right, and tell my sister I said shalom.
Will do.
All right, brother. Peace. Hey, that was a good question right there. You on the line? Make sure you mute your phone. And I'll bring you back in.
Thank you.
It's all good. Anybody got any questions from what brother Jamal, what that God Jamal just came in and asked about? Make sure you ask a question according to that. If not, I'm finna answer this last call. If y'all got any questions so far. Matter of fact, since I've been doing these calls, I ain't been answering people in the chat. I'm gonna get a few questions from the chat too. I don't want y'all to think they ain't paying attention to y'all or nothing. But I am trying to make this like the most live experience ever. So I will answer some questions in the chat as well. If y'all got any questions so far from what God Jamal asked, though, go on ask him. This is a good question real quick. I want to answer this. We did a video on this. Donnie Smith said, "Peace, King. I had my consultation a week and a half ago, and I'm a gold member. I've been trying to access the portal so I can't order my amino acid. So look what's happening, y'all. Like, we put a video up. We got hundreds of people we going through day by day, y'all, and giving y'all access back to the portal. So if you ain't been had access back to the portal yet, or back to your membership, that mean we just ain't got to you yet. It's 3 of us, and we working hard. I'm even in there doing it myself, y'all. So it's 3 of us. It's 3 of us in there actually putting y'all back in y'all portals. It's just so many people was kicked out from the website being hacked that it's taking a while for us to get everybody back in. If you do the proper way and the proper chain of command to get back in your portal, just go back to the last video that I posted on my YouTube and on my Facebook, and it'll show you how to fill out the membership issue login, and we'll get right to you. But we are going to order as they coming in, family. So keep that in mind as well. All right, keep that in mind as well. All right, peace, family. Speak your name, speak your piece.
Hi, my name is Medina.
How you doing, Medina?
I'm all right, and you?
I can't complain. I'm alive and breathing.
Yes, tell me about it. So my issue is I was diagnosed with something called endomyosis. It causes my uterus to enlarge.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, all the stressing for me to do is get a hysterectomy.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't want to do that. I know a lot of the things that they're doing with the black women's uterus and, etc. But like mine's is because they said that's the only way to get rid of the problem.
No, it's not. Your uterus is
Right.
filling up with fluids, and usually when you look at the
Mm-hmm.
endometriosis or the endomyoses, when you look at
Mm-hmm.
it, it's full of lymph and it's full of mucus pus. That's what's going on with
Mm-hmm.
you, and what's growing that is the fluids, and it's a estrogen or estrogen factor. So I can tell you right now, you have a hormone imbalance, and you have too
Mm-hmm.
much mucus down in your reproductive area. I would not let them take away your womb, because your
Yeah,
womb
I
is
don't.
that's what makes you God. You see what I'm saying? Because that's how you
Right.
procreate with your God, with your king, with your man. So I wouldn't let them do that. But
Right.
what you do need to do is you need to go on
Mm-hmm.
a flush. You gonna have to cleanse
Mm-hmm.
out that lymphatic system, because the reason why you're swelling up with all the mucus and pus is from all the mucus and pus forming foods that you've been eating your whole life. You see
Mm-hmm.
that? And that's what's
Yeah.
causing that hormone imbalance too, producing all that
Mm-hmm.
estrogen. So what I would do if I
Mm-hmm.
was you, you need my geogenetic therapeutic package level 1, and you're gonna need an all fruit diet for at least 31 days. For at least 31 days. We're gonna go beyond 21
Knew you
days.
was gonna tell me that.
Yeah,
I
you're gonna
know
need
it.
it. But and you're gonna need to get them three where that 3 bitters come. But you're gonna need to get them 3 T's off the site too, for Aniyav, and start dushing too. Cause what we're gonna do, we just gonna put herbs up there, and you're gonna take herbs through the vagina canal, and you're gonna take
Mm-hmm.
herbs from the mouth. That way we're astringent and we pulling too, getting all that mucus out of there. So you're gonna see a lot of yeast, a lot of mucus coming from your vagina canal, and you're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
coughing up a lot of mucus. Mucus gonna be coming from your ears, your eyes, nose, out your skin, because literally
Oh
that
my
uterus
god.
that uterus is full of acid mucus. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's going
I
on.
knew it.
And that's
I
all they
knew
need to
it.
do. They just need they
Mm-hmm.
need to they need to dehydrate. Well, I wouldn't say dehydrate, because that's a bad thing when you dehydrate something. They just need to get all
Mm-hmm.
the excessive mucus out and excessive water out. But the thing is, why is it like that? That's your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system is stagnated and is blocked, and it can't move because all the acids are literally welding and closing off your interstitial airways, which is what your cells move through on, and how the lymphatic system move through each cell and take all of that waste out of it. So I
Mm-hmm.
say this in all of my videos. The blood feeds the cells of the body. The nervous
Mm-hmm.
system communicates and moves the cells of the body, but the lymphatic system is what cleanses the cells of the body. You don't have nothing
Mm-hmm.
cleansing your cells because your lymphatic system is stagnant and not moving. So you just accumulating a lot of water, a lot of estrogen, a lot of minerals, a lot of everything, and it's just fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to that uterus and it just filling it up, and that's it. So we just got to get rid of that. We got to rebalance your glandular highway, and we got to get all of that mucus out of your body. That's all that is.
And like I'm thinking, like detoxing, which I'm hearing, removes a lot of mucus and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things out the body. Is that true, or is just not probably enough with all the mucus that I have built up?
So yeah, I mean, but it's so many different types of and that's a good question you just asked. But it's so many different types of detox. You know what I'm saying? You can do a fast. That's a detox where you don't eat nothing. You can do a water fast. That's a very, very strong detox. I don't recommend nobody doing that in a case like yours because I mean, once all them impurities get in your bloodstream, you can die of alkalosis. So, of acidosis. You can do a fruit fast, which is what I'm finna recommend you. And you can do a herbal fruit fast, which is gonna help pull while you're on the fruits. So it's so many detoxes, but what you're gonna need for what you got going on, you're gonna need to introduce the H3O2, which is the fruits, and you're gonna need the herbs too, because the herbs are gonna be the astringents. See, the herbs are more pulling. No more your pulling factors. Your fruits is more of your breaking up, like how you put hot water on a stain on a floor to break up the sticky stuff on the floor when you mopping the floor, or you'll use a water hose to wash dirt or bird shit off your car. You notice you're using water to do that. So when you're using H3O, they're more of your cell flushers. When you're using herbs, they're more of your cell pullers. So if you're using flushing and pulling at the same time, you ain't missing nothing.
Wow. Okay. So, and you said the geogenetic and the 3 bitters.
It's called the Geogenetic Therapeutic Package. The 3 bitters come with it. What we're gonna do is though, just make sure you say that you was on a live feed, and when you go in and you order it, make sure you message us with that, and we'll make sure you get some the herbal wound care from Ania lines that'll help you out real good too. Get you some of them herbal wound care line products in you too.
Okay, thank you so much.
It's all good, Queen. Make sure you say peace, love, light, and healing to your family.
Peace, love, light, and healing to the family.
All right, peace.
Peace.
All right, I'm not answering no more calls. I'm finna answer some calls from answer some questions from the chat. So let's see what we got up in here. What Martha Smith, what is causing my left hand to swell? If your left hand swelling, that's your left kidney. Remember that you're a bilateral person. So you have a left kidney, you have a left leg, you have a left hand, you have a left chamber of your heart, you have a left hemisphere of your brain. So if your left hand is swelling, that means your left kidney is not filtering properly, and you're accumulating all of that water and all of that liquid retention, and you're not getting rid of it. Now, if you are accumulating liquid retention, your water retention is from your pituitary gland too, and that's what in charge of bedwetting. That's what's in charge of your salt water potassium monophosphate ratio and things like that. So you're gonna have to go after the glandular highway and open up them kidneys. And the reason why water comes in is because of acids. Remember, the body have a natural way of trying to heal itself. So if your body having a acid, and if your body is in an acid environment and you're accumulating water, that's water or hydration being pulled from each of the cells to come trying to put out that fire. You see that? Now, what happens is you're not doing anything to help put out that fire, so the fire continues to burn and more water come and more water come. Now, the reason why the water is not going anywhere, so we figure out the reason why the water came. It came to put out the fire, to put out the inflammation, to put out the acids. Now, the reason why it's not going nowhere is because you're full of mucus, and water and oil don't mix, which is the reason why we started the video off like this, because mucus is a lipid oil base. Water and oil don't mix. So what's happening is the lymphatic system is so stagnated with all of this mucus and all of these pus things from the mucus and pus forming foods that you are holding and retaining water in certain areas of your body where the acid started at, which is in your hand. So the best way to get rid of this problem is what I've been saying all day. We have to redefine what food is. Go raw for at least 30 days. Make sure you get high on the fruits and particularly the grapes. If not the grapes, I'm getting a lot of feedback. Let me cut this off, y'all. Hold on, family. I'm getting a whole lot of feedback. Hold on. Where is that coming from? All right. And if not the grapes, I'm gonna take this off. And if not the grapes, make sure you at least get real high on some type of astringent fruit that will pull all that agglomulation and all of that excess water out. And notice when you look at that water, when it comes out, it be mucus forming. So you just dealing with extreme acidosis, and your kidneys are not filtering the water out, so you're not getting rid of that water and you're retaining it in a certain spot. So if you see more water in a certain spot, notice that spot where most of the water is where the acid is at, because your acid is at. Your body is a natural healing modality chamber, y'all. So your body is smart, so it's trying to it's trying to heal a problem, but you're not helping the body heal the problem because you're eating the same foods that's causing the problem in the first place. And this is what takes you acute to your subacute to your chronic diseases. All right, let's see what we got. It says, do you juice beets? No, beets are actually a hybrid. It was not made by Yahweh. In extreme cases, beets will open them kidneys up, but I done seen beets destroy kidneys as well, so I don't recommend beets at all, Janice. All right. KJ Jennings, aren't none the seedless or information list. That's right. They won't give you the information. Seeded fruits will the nutrients, etc. That's right, KJ Jennings. Facts. Couldn't said it better. I've been drinking my fruits and I've been peeing all day. That's good, Erica. But I know my body is cleansing itself. Yes, make sure that you're in the morning when you get up before you eat anything, Queen. Make sure you urinate in a glass jar or a plastic jar. Let it sit out for 16 hours and go back and look at it later and see if you got any settlement. See if your kidneys are filtering or not. Angela Lewis, it says I'm still have paralysis in my right foot based on a really bad seizure 2 years ago. What can you help get my mobility back? Angela Lewis, what you need is what remember, so the blood is what feeds the cells of the body. The nervous system is what communicates and moves the cells or move the limbs of the body, and the lymphatic system cleanses it. So you just told me that you got a nervous system problem. That seizure might have shut out one of them circuits or a door to one of your nerves, and you're not getting any melanin neurotransmitter to that foot. So we need to literally create new pathways of nerves, and this happen all the time. We didn't see brain cells and new pathways of nerve brain networks communicate and grow out of nowhere. So you can do the same thing, but you can't do that on no fruit diet. You're gonna have to be on a high berry fruit diet. Nothing but berries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, saw palato berries, juniper berries. You're gonna have to get high up in the berries to get to regenerate the nervous system and to get cells to communicate with neurotransmitters again. So you need to go on like a 21-day berry diet, and I mean nothing but berries with some high berry juice too. Berry juice with regular berries, and you need the brain and nervous system kit off of the website. That's what you're gonna need. But whenever you're dealing with nerves, you need to get the antioxidants and the oxygenators into your bloodstream, and that will be your berries. Donna, if you can't hear me, that's your computer. It sure ain't mine. Spilling out protein in my urine. That's a good thing. Plain Jane. Everybody think that's bad. That's a good thing. I'd rather have protein coming out of my urine than be sitting in my kidneys, messing up my kidneys. But you need to get rid of that protein. Just stop eating protein forming foods, which is meat, which is dairy products, beans and things like that, and stay away from most of your grains. That'll fix your protein problem. Just stay away from all protein and all. You know what I'm saying? We don't need protein. The black man, black woman don't need protein. We need simple amino acid structures. That's what we need. How to do a Himalaya salt cleanse full of mucus. Melissa Wensley, I don't advise you do a Himalaya salt cleanse because I don't know the state of your mucus, so I'm not going to even give you that because I don't recommend it because it can harm you more than it can heal you. Just go all fruit and let that natural healing take effect and get on some natural herbs. You don't need isolated chemistry. Salt is isolated. When you take the salt out of the sea, you isolated the chemistry. When you take the salt from the rocks in the Himalayas, you isolating the chemistry. So we got to be real careful with that. What are your thoughts on oxygen therapy, aka ozone therapy? My thoughts on that is it burns the hell out of your body. When you look at the potential hydrogen scale or the pH scale, your acids is from 1 to 6. Alkaline, and I'm gonna say this because this is facts. Alkaline start at 6.4, on up. 6.4 on up. Well, oxygen therapy is like damn near at 12.5 to 13. that is so alkaline that it will burn you. So we got to be very, very careful when we start talking about ozone therapy, hydrogen peroxide therapy, and stuff like that, because it's so alkaline that it will burn you. There's no difference between a 14 or 13 on the alkaline scale or alkalosis and then a 1 and 2 on an acid scale. It still burns. An acid battery, drink some alkaline battery. It's going to burn like an acid. Drink some bleach. Bleach will kill you, but bleach is alkaline. You see what I'm saying? So we got to be real careful with that oxygen therapy or that ozone therapy because it's so high on the alkalinity scale that it will burn you. So we got to be very, very careful with that. All right. How can I do a fruit fast detox if I'm allergic to fruit? What you're going to do is you're going to have to go on a vegetable diet, and you're going to have to start eating little bits and just bits and bits and bits of fruits while you cleansing that mucous membrane. Usually when you're allergic to something, you have built up an antigen for it. These antigens are moving around through your mucosal membrane and what they call the lymphatic system, and that's what you need to cleanse out. That way your T cells, your phagocytes, and your B cells and your lymphocytes won't be looking at these things like they foreign invaders. Whenever you're allergic to natural things that Godfather Yahweh created, that means you are highly acidic. So you got to get the acids out of your body first. That way your so-called immunological system, or what we're going to call the lymphatic system, can straighten itself out and relearn chemistry. Because you remember, these things are learning too. Your T cells go to thymus school to learn how to be killers. Your B cells come from the bone marrow to learn how to keep things at bay. So they go to school. The thymus gland is actually a school. The lymphatic system, certain lymph nodes, are a school where your cells learn what to do their jobs and their positions at. It just seemed like that your cells have learned to do the opposite because they've been confused with all the acids. Just like we have become confused with all the foods we've been eating, and we killing each other, and homosexuality is real deep. Just everything about us is ass backwards because we eating ass backwards food. So once you really start eating correctly, you'll be able to eat fruits again. I'm going to do one more. Is our menstrual cycle really supposed to be one day in a length and light? Yes, a menstrual cycle is supposed to last 7 days, I say, but it's like a drop a day. That's a real menstrual cycle. All the heavy blood is you detoxing. Notice the more meat and stuff you eat, your menstruals be heavy and they be blood clots coming out, and they got a very bad uric phytic acid smell to them. But if you come on your period when you're on an all fruit diet, you don't bleed that much unless you detoxing, because that's what a period is when you're shedding. You're literally shedding the endometrium skin layers of the cervix. That's what the shedding. The endometrium skin layers is shedding its cells, and that's where that blood is coming from. You're literally shedding dead egg cells. Basically. But notice that's a detoxification period. But notice how it get heavier and heavier when you're eating wrong, showing you that everything you eat goes to that vagina. A lot of women don't want to accept that fact, but it do. Because if you change your diet, you can clear all of that up. But you are supposed to bleed because you're supposed to detox. That the vagina have to detox itself. And it's literally supposed to be like a few drops a day. That will be your ideal healthy period. All right, look, y'all, I love y'all indeed in truth. I'm most definitely finna get up out of here. I wanted to play some music for y'all, but my phone is dying, so I ain't gonna be able to do that. So with that being said, I love myself. Make sure y'all type in y'all love yourselves, and make sure you tell your family that's on a worldwide assembly that you love them. Type I love myself and peace, love, light, and healing. I'll make sure I'm most definitely way prepared next time. I ain't had enough juice on my phone, so them phone calls kind of killed my phone. But I got some music I want y'all to hear too. So look, I love y'all. Peace, love, light, and healing. I love myself and I love my cells. Most high willing, we'll be live again Thursday. All right. Anybody got any type of website issues with the website, make sure that y'all go to my last video that I posted, and it walk you through step by step on how to go through the proper channel. That way we can see your name and your email, and we can get you logged back into your portal or logged back into your membership. I love y'all, and thank y'all for being patient with me, trusting in me, and just choosing us to facilitate y'all healing. So with that being said, peace, love, light, and healing. Shalom, shalom.